Hiya, how are you all doing? I hope you all are wonderful and I hope you're doing well. I just want to quickly make a video to um, help other people who are also struggling with vitiligo. Again, I want to say thank you to those of you who've commented, shared, liked, or listened or watched my video about vitiligo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for all the wonderful comments, all the prayer points, just to say I'm praying for you, and just to say that I'm sure that God is on the throne and is on the throne. You are certainly going to be healed of vitiligo. Now, I just want to mention three key things that I noticed when my son had vitiligo, and things that I did in order to help stop the spread of vitiligo. Now, vitiligo is something that, vitiligo, some people call it, is something that, to be honest, I have never really taken much notice about. It's not something that I knew a lot about, to be honest. So even when my son had it, I didn't even know what he had. Just because it was spreading, I said to take him to the GP to try and work out what it is. And that was when I got to know what vitiligo is. I mean, I've seen people with it, but I never really knew the name. And I mean, as over the years, over the time, as things progressed and all of that, I began to notice some patterns and some things about vitiligo, and I just wanted to share. Thank you. Sorry, excuse me. I wanted to share those with you all. Sorry, I'm laughing. I said bless you to myself. But anyway, fantastic. It's things we do to our children, and then when it happens to us, we carry on. Anyway, so now three things that I kind of noticed. Number one is when my son had vitiligo, I try to eat healthy and make sure my children eat healthy as well. But when my son had vitiligo, I became a bit more conscious about what he was eating. Now, I don't know if vitiligo has any correlation to eating or to eating patterns, but I just felt that if his body needed to kind of heal itself, if those cells needed to heal themselves, then obviously food has to play a major role in whatever I am doing. Now, of course, we know that food plays a lot of role in our body, and it also helps to rejuvenate. It also helps to keep us healthy. It also helps a whole lot of things, and it can also be a damaging thing to our body as well. So I just thought, okay, if my son needs and this thing is coming from the cell, so basically it's the cell attacking the melanin cells. Okay, so they're seeing it as there's I think the red blood, the white blood, I can't remember which one it is, but they're seeing the melanin cells as enemies. So that's what they do. They start attacking the melanin cells to try and kill them, so that your body will fight off, like when your body is trying to fight off some infection. So that's what happens, according to how the doctor explained to me. So I thought, okay, I'm sure that food will also play a huge part of this. So I changed diet for my son, well, to everybody, and made sure that he ate more healthy than he was doing at the moment. So I became quite conscious about his eating pattern, not much junk, cutting away biscuits, sugary drinks, cutting away things that are unnecessary, and lots of vegetables, I don't eat out a lot. Neither do I buy a lot of pre-cooked food. No, I tend to cook my food most times from scratch. But just ensuring that what I'm cooking is very healthy. And also, as a child, of course, they want to have a sugary drinks and all of that, but cutting down a lot on all of those things. And I think it helped. Then another thing also that I found that kind of helped my son was stress. Now, I realized that when my son was stressed, the vitiligo tend to spread a lot. Now, this is one observation. And how did I notice this? At that time when my son started having vitiligo, that was at the time when I was doing a master course. I think I was in some course, I can't remember. I was doing a course, and I needed someone to be at home to look after my children and also working. So I needed a childminder or nanny or something, just to be able to look after my children while I'm out and about doing my stuff. Now, I had this wonderful lady. She was one of the best I've ever had. I mean, I've had series of nannies and all of that, but she was the best that I've had. She was wonderful. She was really wonderful. And she came in with her son. Now, of course, they were both of the same age, and they didn't see eye to eye. her son and my son didn't see eye to eye. So they were always fighting and they were always, bickering. I mean, children. You had my boy, my son, who felt as the baby of the house, he had the right to everything. And then whenever he sees me cuddling this other boy, he gets upset and then he starts pushing the boy, he starts fighting, like get off my mom, things like that. And I noticed that, yes, the vitiligo was there before this lady came in, but within that period when she came in with her son, I mean, it went from like 5% to 70% within that short time. And that's because I just noticed that whenever he's stressed and agitated, the next day you just see a massive chunk again has come out, a spread, a massive chunk. So I realized that stress was also causing the spread. So I tried to remove the stress that was happening within that time. And when I did see a noticeable change. Now, it was still spreading, but not as fast as before. So it was spreading, but then it was like every day you wake up, another patch, you wake up, another massive patch has happened. But then when that stress was reduced, I found out that it was spreading, but now at a slower pace. So that's one thing to watch. If you have vitiligo, I mean, I know that stress sometimes can be inevitable, but try as much as possible to do away with whatever it is that's causing you stress or reduce it, because then it does have an impact on the spread of vitiligo. Now, the other thing again that I noticed was drinking. Okay. Now, drinking water again has to do with is linked with food, because of course water rejuvenates our cells and everything. So I found that I had to give my son quite a lot to drink. He was drinking quite a lot, and with the help of water, good food, and less stress, it was still spreading, but again not as fast as before. Okay, so it kind of reduced the spread. So I just decided to share these three things that I noticed during that time. It might help someone else. And of course, don't just do these three things. Back it up with prayer. Back it up with the belief that you are going to be healed. Back it up with the word of God. And certainly you will be healed. But I thought this might be useful to someone. It might help someone. And again, from the comments that I have seen, and read about people who have vitiligo, some of them says, oh, it stresses me up and all of that. Please, if you can, avoid stress as much as possible, because it does contribute quite a lot to the spread of vitiligo. Now, I can't explain the science of it, but I know it is, because it's something that I observed in my son when he was battling with vitiligo. Well, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you sometime soon. Again, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos. And see you sometime soon. Bye.